Here is one of the best tips to start hitting the golf ball crispy today. I'm talking about hitting a ball first and hitting a nice beautiful divot on the front side of the golf ball. Just like that. And being able to do that every single time. What I'm talking about is such a simple tip. It involves your arms. Time after time I see tons of amateur golfers on this driving range. You know who they are. You watch them in the video behind me. But they're often taking the club back with these arms that get really short. So your arms are breaking down. And they think they're keeping the arms straight, but really the arms are breaking down here, and then at impact they're breaking up like this. You're getting the dreaded flipping and falling back and more flipping through impact like this. So essentially there's no extension of the arms in the golf swing. But I'm here to tell you that if you want to hit it crispy, I know you do, that's why you're on YouTube looking up golf tips. If you want to hit it crispy, you need to pay attention to this lead arm. The lead arm is the radius of the golf swing. That's just fancy code for, think of the lead arm as your contact point control. If I want to trace a perfect circle and you're drawing a perfect compass, using a compass like geometry class back in school, don't bring back those memories. But if you want to draw a nice perfect circle, the lead arm is that compass arm. And it must stay straight in the backswing. Coming into impact like this, it's still straight. At impact, it's straight. Through impact, it's straight. Then it folds in the follow through. We're focusing on from setup to top of backswing into impact and follow through right to here today. You need to be able to keep the lead arm straight. So look at this. If at any point my lead arm shortens up, I've got the club sitting on the ground by the way, if at any point the lead arm shortens up, it raises off the ground. That's a big deal. If you're not taking any divots on the front side of the golf ball, it's because your lead arm is shortening. Your arms are getting too short. There's no way this club will come into the ground. I have to do some fancy tricks, which we don't have time for all this hoopla about maintaining your golf swing and trying to do all this hand-eye coordination. Far too difficult to be consistent. So if your left arm shortens up, the club comes off the ground. You're looking at thin shots your whole life. So how does this play out for most of you? Well, you start off, some of you have good straight arms, but by the time you get to the top of the backswing, the lead arm breaks down, so you've shortened your golf swing radius. Remember, thin shots now, thin, and coming into impact, you're going to do one of two things. You're going to flip like this, so club's going to come in behind the ball when that happens, or you scoop and you sweep the grass. You're always hitting it thin. I cannot play consistent golf from that position, Saguto golfers. I'll never be able to do it. If I'm flipping, that's going to make me flip out. This club comes into the ground a million different places. A million different places. So if I flip, that's a thin shot. And that looks like most amateur golfers out there. Flip, fall back. But if the lead arm stays straight, my radius, if I keep the radius, keep the lead arm intact, straight, it has to return to that same spot, divot on front of the ball. Divot in front of the ball. Look at that. I didn't do anything fancy to make that happen. It's just simple science in action. If this arm stays straight and I do nothing to change where my body's not shifting, meaning lead arm straight, my head's in place, divot's always on the front side of the ball, always. Wouldn't you love to have that kind of certainty in your golf game where you know that club's gonna come into the ground in front of the ball? Meaning you're gonna get a divot every time? Of course you would, because you're tired of the inconsistencies. So this is so simple. Here's the feel I want you to have, and it's changed so many golfers' lives on the lesson tee that I'm starting to think that if this just got out there and you started sharing this around, people would be having so much more fun. So if you're enjoying this golf tip, like it and share it with other people so they can have more fun in their golf game as well. Here's the feel. So you're shortening up your arms, and some of you don't even know you're doing this. You might get to the top and you think, yeah, my arms are straight, Tom, they're straight, and they look like this. I've seen that. I'm on the lesson tee and the guy's like, yeah, I'm really keeping my arms straight. I'm really keeping my arms straight, Tom, I'm trying. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Bill, but you're just not keeping those arms straight. And in the South, they would say, bless his heart. But you have to feel this for solid contact. If your lead arm's breaking down, you can see it on video, you know it's here, you need to push away. So the thought for you is, I'm pushing away. In some ways, I call this the push away method. because you're focusing on keeping the lead arm straight. But for you to do that, since you're so used to breaking them down, you need to push them away. Get away from me, club. Get away from me. So if you push your arms away, what happens is your elbows get closer together, your inner elbow pits, they start facing out, and in the backswing, you're pushing away, both arms are straight. I need you to feel both arms straight. That's what you need to feel. Feel. There's that word feel. Feel versus real. So you're feeling both arms are super straight, and you're probably feeling really tense too, meaning it doesn't feel comfortable. If it's not feeling comfortable, good. It's a sign you're making a change, because the same old feels comfortable, and the same old doesn't work. So we need pushing away of the hands and arms. So really, my hands are getting as far away from my body as I can get them. I'm feeling that. I feel this to create this. And that's a beautiful straight lead arm. The trail arm folds naturally. It's not like it's doing that, folding too soon. You don't want that either. You're trying to push these away to keep the lead arm straight. The lead arm is your contact point. So we start off by doing this. Start off addressing the ball, keep the lead arm straight, and just make some swings where you don't move your head, just keep your head in place, keep the lead arm straight, little chip shots like this. And you'll find out that that club's coming in the same spot on the ground. I've actually got an alignment stick here as my contact point, and I can see divots always on the front side of that line. Pro golfers always on the front side of that line. Head is in place, lead arm stays straight. You feel the club bottoming out, meaning that's where the divot is. Bottoming out, front side of the golf ball. Then we kick it up a notch. We start getting into pushing away. So you're doing your backswing. As you're taking the club back, right about this point, I want you to really feel like you're pushing away. Whoop, but your head can't move back. So pushing away, that, if you stop here, that's okay. That's your new top of backswing. Any further and you're breaking down, you're overswinging. That creates problems. We know that. So you want to keep pushing away till you stop. Then you swing through and you stop about here, making sure that you've kept the arms pushed away and then still extended out, pushed away. So pushing away for solid golf shots. Here's what it looks like. I'm going to set up to the ball, and I'm going to focus on pushing away, slow motion here. Oh, did you hear that? Shiver me timbers, that was beautiful. That sound never gets old. So keep pushing away. Look where the divot is, front side of the golf ball. Let's do it again because it's fun. You have more fun when you do this. So I'm pushing away, push away. And then on the way through, I'm still pushing away this way. So you push away, solid impact, solid impact. Say it with me. Solid impact. Solid impact. By the way, there was no warm-up today for today's video. It's just coming out here, keeping the lead arm straight, pushing away, pushing away. Push away, push away. At the worst, you might hit a slightly thin shot like I did there. But I hit ball first. Then I had a slight divot on the front side. That's a reason to celebrate. When you start doing this, you're going to feel tense, as I mentioned. And when you're really pushing away, you're going to be tense. You might not even feel like your wrists are doing anything, like there's no wrist hinge. Feel versus real. A lot of times people feel this. Oh my goodness, my arms are so straight. And then I'm like, check out the video. They see this. Oh my goodness, my wrists hinge. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I've heard things.
I heard things.
So, feel versus real. You need to get over that in your mind. Here we go again. Pushing away, pushing away. Oh, crispiness. So you just want to keep pushing away. Push away, push away, push away. And then don't rush into building up in the full swing, but eventually get to the point where you're so consistent, you're hitting 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 clean just by pushing away. You're going to say, I got to get to the full swing. I got to get to the full swing. Stop your brain right there. Don't rush the relationship. You know what happens when you go too fast? If you got to hold on loosely, but don't let go. If you cling too tightly, you're going to lose control. Some great band told us those lyrics, and then from a relationship standpoint, just don't move too fast. Allow yourself time to get used to this new feeling. Push away, push away, push away. I can't miss. Why? The radius is intact. The lead arm, straight, straight, straight. The trail arm pushing away, both arms pushing away. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You need to get out of short, get into long, push away, push away, push away. Somebody ought to write a song called Push Away for Solid Contact. Maybe we'll just write it today. I'm gonna push away for solid contact. But I don't do those female vocals very well. Push away. That would look like in a fuller swing, really pushing away. Slightly thin there, but I'm not complaining. It was ball first and it was a little draw.
So good golfers, let's take a look at Dan's swing. Dan came to me for a lesson, and he was really breaking down his arms and flipping after impact. You can see here in his old swing that the breaking down of his arms right here, lead arms broken down, but you also see some space in a flyaway elbow, and the club shaft was much more vertical and with a slightly open club face. So this lines up nicely for a steeper downswing, which you see it's very common from that position, steeper downswing leading to the flipping and inconsistent contact. You really don't know where the ball is going in that position. When he does the push away feel, as you see on the left with the new swing, totally different backswing position. The shaft is shallower versus steep. The flyaway elbow is gone. And you can see that when he does his downswing gets so much easier. The club stays behind the hands. And for somebody like him who made this change in just 1 hour's worth of lesson time, club behind the hands going direct to the ball, very powerful, excellent change. With his old swing, you wouldn't see this. You'd see the classic over the top. The club head is out in front of the hands, and it's going straight down to the ground, leading to that chop and inconsistent contact. He'll always be inconsistent with the swing on the right, but the swing on the left will produce consistency and more power. So you choose powerless and inconsistent or consistent and powerful. I would obviously take consistent and powerful. Moving to the face-on view, we see a very different look. Old swing right here and the new swing right here. Old swing, we see the breakdown in the lead arm right there. No straightness to it, just broken down. And coming into impact, you see that the flipping has happened because the arms are really separated and they're much shorter than they were at address. And through impact, you see an even bigger flip. And Dan and I didn't like looking at this. We were getting some stress just seeing that position. He didn't want to see that ever again. So we made it a priority to do the push away method. So when we get to the top of the backswing, he's feeling like he's pushing his arms out that way. We look at the two differences. Very different here. Pushing away. He said that felt really tense for his arms, and it's true. Club face is square on the left. Club face is open on the right. Square club face, you hit your target more often. Coming into impact, we see elbows together, and this is a professional impact position. Lead arm straight, forward shaft lean, and the trail arm supporting. Beautiful work by Dan right there, just by keeping the pushing away of his arms. Here's the flipping that happens in the old, right there. Loss of power, no consistency. And after impact, you see the flipping and the shortening up of the arms even more. But through impact here, you don't see that. You see that the arms are straighter, elbows are together. There's a straight line relationship between the lead arm and the club shaft, trail arm supporting, and you even see a beautiful wedge form between the trail hand and trail forearm. That tells you you've got a good impact position. You didn't do any flipping. So if you're seeing this, Saguto golfers, you know you're on the right track and you're going to hit some beautiful, crispy golf shots.
Let's take a slight breather here just to explain the fact that this tip is going to change your life. It really will. it will make your golf swing so much easier. Well, here's why. When you have a lead arm that's straight, it's not moving short and long like this all the time in the backswing. You allow the backswing to take one path. Push away, push away, push away, push away. The club travels the same spot every time. Pushing away the arms allows the arms to be synchronized with the core, which drives the golf swing. The body drives the golf swing. The arms on their own can go anywhere, but when the arms are in sync with the body, they go on one path. One path means consistency. Downswing, when people try and shorten up the arms, they do this. The elbows pull apart, they go steep, or they do this and they flip. Well, if I'm pushing away the whole time, push away, the club traces down that professional tour path right there. Bingo. Right in impact. Boom. And then through impact, here's where the fun part is. The crispy contact comes from keeping the push away through. You keep the arms extended and straight. Do you see that again? It happened again. Happened again, Saguto golfers. So you need to keep pushing away to get solid contact. And if you think you're pushing away, test yourself and tell yourself that you need to push away more, because 99% of the time with somebody who thinks they've got their arms straight, they're never straight enough. Keep your lead arm straight. You're going to hit some beautiful golf shots. I guarantee you'll experience the crispy KFC contact you're seeing right here on the ground. So Saguto golfers, thanks again for tuning in today. If you want to play the best golf of your life, check out my online golf school, Saguto.golf. For $10 a month, you could be playing the best golf of your life. Life is far too short to play bad golf. You can click here to join my online golf school for $10 a month. You can click here to subscribe for more awesome golf content. And here are two fantastic selections from the Saguto Golf Archives to get you playing your best golf right now. Thanks for tuning in. Have a rockin' week.